And then I gotta get the I gotta get the link to share. So post this one. Yeah, in the main chat or in the main band page. But like we gotta wait. Oh well, then go to party. Go to party, and then it's gonna say party settings, and then share voice, and say either always or this party.
Alright, now it should work.
Go to party, and then it's gonna say party settings, and then share voice, and say either always or this party. Alright, now it should work. Party, and then it's gonna say party settings, and share voice, and say either always or this party.
We go ahead and turn this shit off.
Yeah, you don't sound right, do you?
Because everything's gonna play like 3 times.
And then I gotta go back over here. And then I'm gonna say boom, put it back here. Yes. Welcome, welcome, anybody that's here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, edit. Video is updated. Well, we're just gonna give everybody a few minutes to get in here, so.
In that meantime, I'm gonna see if I can find a different headset. It has a microphone that might work.
Hey, I like the video and sub. You keep grinding. Can you sub back? I guess I can once whatever. Once this is done.
Hold on, I'm gonna unplug this shit and see if this shit works, and if it, wait, does this even have a mic on it? No, it doesn't. Damn it! See if the fucking Samsung ones work.
Hmm. Ching. Welcome, welcome, everybody.
I'm gonna have to use this headphones. Or these headphones.
Alright. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another Combo League podcast. We are finally back. Season 1 starts today. I'm hoping everybody's having a great time. Welcoming back the podcast. In the link down below, there is to our new website. If y'all haven't gotten a chance to look at that, go over there. It's going to be kind of a thing that takes away, where I give things out during the podcast, but if anything you want to hear and you didn't get to hear, say, standings and all that, it's going to be over at the website, so go check that out. But as always, I am your host, Avengers. Alongside us is our new co-host, Prophet.
What's up, guys?
As y'all know, if y'all haven't seen the kind of the tune-up to combo and what we're going to start doing, Lima has now decided to take a backseat kind of role, and he still will join us often, randomly on these podcasts, but he's going to be taking care of our website now and updating that daily. But since the league is starting, we are doing one game per week, guys. So if you don't get your game, go hit us up on Twitter. Twitter might be down in the link. If not, then I'll say it. At Madden_podcast. You will know it is us because it says A&L Live on it. But go hit us up, add us on Twitter. Tell us what you thought the game of the week should have been. But for the start of season 1, and don't think I'm biased on this. This is not because I am biased. This is not because I like the team. This is because it's one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL, and that happens to be Dallas at the Giants. So Texas versus New York. But the reason I picked this is because, as everybody knows, last season the Giants did beat us twice during the regular season, which kind of sucked. But it's been one of the biggest rivalries in the NFL for in the whole time. But as we know, since Prophet cannot talk about this and say his opinion because it is his game, he is the game of the week. But as y'all know, if y'all don't know, the reason I do pick these is based on rivalries, players meaning users, and then the team itself. So we go to season 1, week 1. And the reason I am doing this game, first of all, Defucha, who was a user in Madden 17, is returning. Welcome him back. Is now the Giants versus Prophet, who is now the Cowboys. The reason I'm doing this is because the Giants have one of the top defenses in the league, and the Cowboys have been known for their offense, not really our defense, but our offense. So the reason I picked it was rivalry, user, and defense versus offense. But since you can't really give your opinion, give us a taste of what your mindset's going to be going into this game.
Going into this game, I'm just gonna keep my competition up. I know Defuca, seeing him in the past, how he played, I know he's a great user. He knows how to play the game very well, and I just have to play to the best of my abilities to hopefully get the win.
So we all know that the Giants quarterback Eli Manning has really taken a turn for the worse, but they still are kind of building. They have a new tight end. They still have OBJ, and if the user is good enough, they do have Paul Perkins as their running back. Are you kind of worried because the defensive side for the Cowboys is kind of low? Are you kind of worried on them, even if they use their backup rookie quarterback, that they're still gonna get past you a lot?
Um, Thing is, I still have to test the waters to see how the team altogether plays. So being completely sure right now, just going off of attributes and like their stats and stuff, there's a lot of young talent on the Cowboys that can progress through time. But with this game to start off with, I feel like defensively I will have to have my A game on because the Giants' offense is stacked as well with OBJ, Brandon Marshall, Sterling Shepard, and the new tight end, as well as Paul Perkins. So the best thing for me, I think, that would have to work the best is in the trenches because the Giants don't have the best O-line. So the best way to exploit his offense would be to get pressure to the quarterback.
And as the new owner for the Cowboys, are you really relying on Taco Charlton to step up to get in there?
I feel he, I feel he can do it. But like I said, for me, I still got to figure out which players will work best in the starting lineup, who will contribute the most. Because defensive line wise, maybe not high overalls, but pretty decent O line for the Cowboys. I mean D line for the Cowboys, and there's a lot of things I can mix up the lineup, switch them in and out. So I have to see how I've got to put that together and get my scheme set up.
All right, guys. So there you go. The Future versus Profit, Cowboys versus Giants, starting off the new season for Combo League. We all know this usually happens with the Giants at the Cowboys, or even Cowboys at the Giants. But we're gonna get into a new segment where we're going to talk about some really fine line players that may not be out there. They're sleepers, I think, in my opinion. And we're gonna start with the NFC side. We have chosen one NFC offense and defense, and then one AFC offense and defense. As always, if you didn't see a rookie you wanted to see who you think is a sleeper, add us on Twitter.
And these will be rookie sleepers, not from
Yeah,
overall players. They will be rookie sleepers.
rookie sleepers. So we're gonna start on the offensive NFC side, which goes with the Buccaneers. Now you're trying to figure out kind of who are we talking about. It's going to be wide receiver Chris Godwin. The reason we have chosen him is look at his overall. First of all, he's 74 overall. And then you look at his actual stats. He's 6'1". 6'1", he's already on quick, so you know he's going to be doing well. The reason we kind of chose these were they're not really talked about always in the news, and they're kind of lower overall. And look at his stats. 91 speed, 92 excel is really decent for a rookie. He's got the catching stats. You got to get his awareness up, but he's also got 86 jumping for being 6'1". And he's even got carrying skills. So what are you thinking, Prophet? Are you thinking he's going to be a really good sleeper who comes in and just takes over the league?
For me personally, I think that he will come out and play very well. Chris Godwin is one of those underdogs. I think that, like we know, the reason why we chose him because not that many people know about him, and he might come out and take them by storm. Because the 91 speed doesn't really take too much of effect in this game, but the fact that as a rookie he has the catching ability, all the catching statistics, he could really come out there and steal the show. I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up going into the slot instead of Adam Humphries. Or even if they put him on the outside and put Deshaun Jackson in the slot. Because he's taller than Jackson, he's got speed too, and with him or Mike Evans on the outside, anything could be possible.
Oh yeah. We if you're really thinking about that, he has it's not even that uh he's got the most speed, but even look at Mike Evans, he's considered one of the best receivers just because of his size. He might not have the speed, but even if you look at other receivers who are really tall and not even like big with muscle, but they're tall, they still have the hands. They might not have the speed to run like some of these smaller receivers, but they can catch. Because think of Larry Fitzgerald, not really known for being fast. Never in his career has he been known to be fast, but he's been known to catch some really tough jump balls or really tough catches, period.
Yeah, I mean, with Larry Fitz, he's got the route running down and the release. His speed may not like we know he's not known to be a fast receiver,
No.
but because of what he knows and how he studies the game personally, and just like how he doesn't drop the ball. He knows that because he doesn't have the speed, regardless if he's stuck on man-to-man coverage and it's tight coverage, he knows that he can rely on his hands to be able to get the ball away from the corner or any defensive back.
Yeah. Well, if, as we were saying, we're really thinking Chris Godwin has the chance to become one of the top receivers in the league, especially if you, like we said, pair him up in the slot or pair him up even with Mike Evans on the outside. Chris Godwin, NFC sleeper on the offensive side. Now, Prophet actually chose this guy. I had another choice in mind, but Prophet actually really changed my mind on this. And we're going to the Cardinals. Now you're really thinking, who are we really going to choose on the Cardinals? What name can y'all really choose from here? It's going to be someone who can be usered. It's going to be a middle linebacker. It's going to be Hassan Reddick. 6'1" rookie out of Temple. And he's 74. He's only normal. But just look at his stats. 88 speed to start off with. You got 83 hit power, 89 excel, 87 pursuit. He might not have the zone and the play rec and awareness. Not even really the tackling, but he's got the speed to be there to 71 cat. He can pretty much get there and snag balls. He can get interceptions.
But he's also got jumping, 87 jumping, and in this game, playing in the middle of the field on defense and being able to jump and get that user pick is very important.
Yes.
Especially in this game because the passing is so precise that you have to have that perfect timing, and if the ball does end up being a higher pass, because in this game you can't high pass, you can't choose it yourself. It comes on where the receiver is running and how he's running his route. So with his jumping ability, he may not be the tallest, but his jumping ability and his speed, he can get there. And his man coverage is 72, which for a middle linebacker, that is pretty good.
Yeah. And he's not going to be, and people really look over the skill of pursuit. Pursuit, like, even if someone's got 96 speed, if they don't have the pursuit, they won't catch up on any player who gets past them. And having 87 pursuit is not bad. It's really, really good for a linebacker, especially a rookie that's 74 overall.
He's gonna be a difference maker, and I think the Cardinals user will put him in as the second behind Deion Buchanan, depending on what he decides to do with Deion Buchanan. But the only other middle linebacker that truly is like skillful there is Carlos Dansby, but he's old. And knowing that we're doing a franchise, this is a competitive league, and we'll be going for more than just one season, he won't put Carlos Dansby in the starting lineup. It's just not a smart decision.
And even
So
if he
with
did put
Hassan
him in,
Reddick,
even if he did put him in, if he did put him in the lineup, he even at the age of 35, he's probably going to retire after 1 or 2 seasons, which really isn't what you want.
exactly. So they'll be able to. The Cardinals user, he's got a pretty good luck of the draw on the middle linebacker position with the speed and just the ability that he has. If he learns how to use them and gets that down, he has a very, very, very good sleeper.
Yes. All right. As y'all just saw, that was the NFC defensive sleeper rookie Hassan Reddick. So don't, if y'all aren't seeing the rookies y'all are wanting to see, um, really sorry I guess, but these are really gonna be sleepers, not really known players. But all right, AFC rookie sleeper is going to be the Jags. Now you're thinking, oh, how is Leonard Fournette a sleeper? He's talked about all the time. Well, Leonard Fournette's not our sleeper. Our actual sleeper is another wide receiver by the name of Dede Westbrook. 73 overall, 6 foot, from Oklahoma. Now you're saying, well, he was talked about. Really, since preseason started, and even the camp, really hasn't been talked about that much, has he, Prophet?
No, he has not. Not at all. He's been very under the radar. Um, Not too many discussions about him. Maybe in the special teams portion of the game, but specifically on offense, he's been very, very quiet so far. But looking at him and the attributes that he has in here, he has the ability to be explosive on offense. I mean, his awareness is low, but he's got 93 speed, 92 excel, 95 agility, which I'm pretty sure that means he also has really good juke move at 87 and elusiveness at 82. Plus, he's 6 feet tall. He's got a bit of height, and catching ability is off the radar.
82 route running, 86 catching, 81 catching traffic, 83 spec catch. He might not have the release like some of these other faster ones who have like really good release and can get away, but he still has that explosiveness that I think that the Jags are going to need on offense.
Oh yeah, for sure. He's the way that is put out for him. You get his awareness up, and all you really need to do for him to become like to be aware of, obviously with awareness, is to be aware of his surroundings, of where the defensive player is going to be at, and you get his release up a little bit more. Dude's gonna be a beast. It's gonna be a beast, easily, hands down. He's only 23 years old, so time for progression. You have a good amount of time with him.
And you have him paired up with Allen Robinson, Allen Hurns, and Marquise Lee, all still young in their own right.
That's just a four-way weapon right there from a receiving aspect, and then they have the running game too already. So,
oh yeah,
Jaguars' offense is gonna be looking very, very, very nice this year.
All right, guys, and then our last sleeper of the day is going to be from a team that really doesn't get much love anymore, and a team that doesn't really go anywhere. It's gonna be the Chargers. And this rookie, you're like, who's a rookie on this team that really needs to be talked about? Well, they weren't rookie. Sidney Jones the fourth was not a rookie from the Chargers. As y'all know, he was picked up by the Eagles, but they had already traded. So since he is now an actual Chargers player, that's where he's staying. 6 foot tall rookie from Washington. Now, you really don't see Washington players get on lists, but 90 speed, 91 excel, 83 man, and 76 zone with 84 press and 81 jumping. I think he's looking very good.
He is. He really is. Even before he, if you want to talk about realistically, he's not going to play this year because of the injury.
No.
But he's still, in the Madden aspect, he has the abilities to be able to do coverage. And in this game, with having 83 man coverage, that is very, very important because man is one of those defensive plays that does make a difference in this game. As in Madden 17, it was nearly impossible to actually play man coverage.
Yeah.
But in this game, with the attributes, they really keyed in on that so that they actually keep coverage and they play tight on the receivers. So I think I agree with you 100% on this. He's definitely, in my opinion, also the sleeper pick that will catch people by surprise.
I do too. Yes, he's got low play rec and awareness, but those are two of the easiest skills to upgrade. So is pursuit, and zone being that low is still kind of simple to upgrade. So,
And another thing for him is for a corner, he has 68 tackling. For a corner, that is really fucking good. Like that is really really good. Like 68 tackling on a corner, especially
yeah.
who's a rookie, and he already has the coverage skills. It's just a beautiful combination because you have somebody that does a pass to the outside that's short. He can get there and he will make a tackle. He will. And then with the pursuit for 78, which for a corner is good too, he definitely has the ability to play in the open field and get that open field tackle.
Yeah. Well, guys, those are our sleepers. And then the last thing we're going to do, well, I don't know if it's the last thing, but the last sleeper thing we're going to do is talking about sleeper teams. And the NFC, we have decided to go with the 49ers. Now, you're probably thinking, why 49ers? They don't have a squad. And that's the point of them being a sleeper squad. Because of them not having a big, overpowered squad. Even the Jags are kind of overpowered for Madden aspects on offense and defense. The 49ers, who are run now by owner Debo. As y'all remember, Debo is one of the best users we had in Combo 17. And he made it to the playoffs like every season. And it was always up to him and your boy of who made it to the Super Bowl. Gone. He sold the Vikings, and now he's bought the 49ers. He's going to take them from bottom team to a Super Bowl team.
I agree. Debo, I mean, I think Debo is a great player. Obviously, we have experience seeing him play and what he was able to do. But I think even with this team, he has a very, very, very big challenge. Last year at 1.2, he played with the Jets. The Jets were a little bit better last year, and this team gives them more of a challenge just simply because they do not have those positions that are completely stacked. You go to quarterback, he has Brian Hoyer as a quarterback, but I think he's actually going to start C.J. Beathard.
It would be more. It would be smart. It would be smart to start him as quarterback.
Yeah, and defensively in the secondary, I mean, the safeties are all right, but when you talk about a corner, he has Rashard Robinson, which is his sole corner that is actually good. You go into the linebacking core, Navarro Bowman and Reuben Foster. Reuben Foster's a rookie. He definitely has the potential to be great, but we all know Navarro Bowman is the heart and soul of that entire defense.
Well, we can't hate on Malcolm Smith, who's second in line. He's got pretty good fucking stats: 86 speed, 86 acceleration, 81 play rec, and 81 awareness. So he's someone you can leave alone who actually can do very well. Yes, he is 28, but he still has some of the stats that you kind of need for him to play well.
Maybe for the running game. For rush defense, probably. But if you go into pass defense, he has 50 man coverage and 56 zone coverage. So in the passing game, that's going to be easily exploited if he plays in a 3-4. I mean, the biggest part for me, for him on the team, because as we all know, Debo loves to run the ball. That is his go-to thing, is to run the ball on offense. And his offensive line is probably the weakest offensive line in the game, besides at the center position. You go from starting at left tackle, he's got an 82 overall left tackle, 76 overall left guard, 75 overall right guard, and a 73 overall right tackle. That's going to be pretty difficult for him to run.
But I think in many opinions, he's got some D linemen with Aaron Lynch sitting down there who you can move back into the linebacker spot, or you can keep him there. You got Elvis Dumerville, who's actually, and DeForest Buckner. And then, of course, the rookie, Solomon Thomas, 83 overall superstar, rookie out of Stanford. 91 strength, 82 tackling, 81 block shed, 83 finesse, 83 speed. So if you want, you could even move Solomon Thomas back to linebacker.
And I'll be honest with you too. Like, if you look at the entire team and what aspect of the game would be the best for Debo, for him to win games, it will actually come off on the defensive side.
It would be the front
Offensively,
seven. It would be
the
his.
front seven is very vital for him. Now offensively, yeah, he has Carlos Hyde, but like I said, like with the offensive line, and in this game, the offensive line actually blocks, but with the statistics that they have, it might be a bit difficult. And with receivers, yeah, he has Pierre Garcon and Marquise Goodwin, but Pierre Garcon is getting old, and he's gonna regress after this year already. And
Well, we
then
don't know that until
Marquise,
we see how the regression system actually works in the game. Did they change it to where at from 30, where as soon as they hit 30 years old, they're already regressing by 10 points, or did they change it to where?
some of them even start regressing at 28 already. I've already gone through it, done a offline franchise, tested it out, and some of them start regressing earlier. Depends on how they do on the season, because they regress if they play bad already. If they're
Yeah.
not doing good during the season, they will lose their points. So that's why it's like, you got to see how he does. And with knowing Debo, he's a
He's gonna
run
come out
offense
fighting.
person.
He's gonna come out fighting though. He was known for
Oh,
playing
he'll fight.
defense. He was known for playing defense last season too. That's why him and your boy always had very close games, was because of both of them on defense. They would stop each other's offense, and then it was pretty much a defensive battle of who was gonna win from their defensive side.
Yep. So, I mean, from what he does have available to him on the defensive side, the safeties are good. I think he can make it work with his corners, especially with Rashard Robinson leading it. He'll just have to find which other corner he wants to use as his number two. Akello Witherspoon looks pretty good. May not have the complete coverage stats yet, but he still has 79 man coverage. So I think, like, in the man coverage aspect, that he'll still do pretty decent. So he definitely has viable options to use. He can, like you said, on the defensive line, he can even put Aaron Lynch back at left outside linebacker, and if he wanted to, he could put Ahmad Brooks at left end instead, depending on how he wants to put that together.
Yeah.
So Debo knows how he wants to put his team together. He'll put it all set out. He'll know how to work with it, and I think that he will take this team from what it is. He will still bring this team into the playoffs.
Alright guys, as y'all see, that's our NFC sleeper team with owner Debo leading the 49ers. And then our AFC team, it's really not a surprise. It's what most people would pick as a sleeper team. That they have holes, but they also built their team from last year's draft. And of course, it's the Browns. Now, who owns the Browns? Ungwe, our returner from last season to this season. He sold the Broncos, now owns the Browns. This team it has its thing. It's strong points, I guess. Yes, you do have Brock Osweiler. It says he's the number one quarterback, but you know that Deshaun Kaiser is actually going to start, and they gave him some really decent stats, especially with that arm of 95 throw power.
Oh,
That
yeah.
you- that you know.
And he has 76 deep accuracy, which is the best from the three quarterbacks at the same overall. So he definitely has the ability to be good.
We of course know that their running back is Isaiah Crowell, who's kind of slow, but you also have Duke Johnson for that little speed. And we know that he likes his run game, but can he actually get his run game started this season? We'll see. Of course, you know, wide receivers, they acquired Kenny Britt. Corey Coleman does come back this season. Josh Gordon, of course, is still on the team. Not really the highest overall receivers, but I think they can get it done for the Browns.
Yep, I agree.
And
I
just
definitely agree.
and then like Prophet was talking about, their biggest suit is going to be their O-line. Their O-line is kind of young, though. We all know that Joe Thomas, one of the biggest left tackles in history, one of the best, Pro Bowl like every single year that he's been in the league. He's still going to be their main focal point. But we got the Joel Bitonio, and even Spencer Durango sitting behind him in case. You now have they have J.C. Treader, who's their center. They got right guards Kevin Zeitler, and then their right tackle Cameron
John
Irving.
Greco.
I guess they could use John Greco. I guess unless they use the
Pretty
rookie
sure
Rod
he's gonna use
Johnson.
John Greco for the year.
Unless
I think he's gonna use him.
All right, and then of course we can't forget the tight end David Njoku. Already looking very, very fucking good. Well, I don't know why I'm cussing. I'm sorry for that. He's looking very good right now. Arion quick, 6'4", 85 speed with 90 excel. 85 speed with 90 excel, meaning he's going to get off that line very quickly. He's even got 93 jumping. This big man, 240-pound, 6'4" tight end, has 93 jumping.
See, like you said, like with the receivers, with the top three that they have, they'll still be able to make it work, even with the lower overall wide receivers. But the fact that you have Njoku in addition to the receiving core, he's gonna be a weapon. He's easily gonna be a weapon, and Ungwe loves his tight ends too.
Yes.
He really does.
Alright, but we all know what we come here to look for on the Browns, and we know the main focal point of the Browns right now, and that is going to be their defense. Of course, for left in, you do still have Emmanuel Ogbah, who can be moved back into the linebacker if you really wanted. He's good on D-line linebacker. Of course, we have the highest rookie in the game, Myles Garrett, 85 overall, superstar, 96 strength. And just look at that block shedding and those power moves already. He's also fast with 84 speed, 90 excel.
He'll get off that line fast with that acceleration.
Hey, he's got the hip power. He's even got the jumping, 94 jumping. And he's 6'4", meaning if he wants to, he can just jump straight up off the D-line and swat anything down.
Straight beast.
I'm thinking. Defensive tackle, of course, you got Danny Shelton and Desmond Bryant. Desmond Bryant might be on the older side, but he still has some skill there, depending on if you're running 4-3 or 3-4.
I wouldn't be surprised if Ungwe puts in Caleb Brantley to be that second defensive tackle. Got 89 strength, 79 power move, and 80 block shedding.
Yeah, he's looking very good, too, for a rookie. We will see what Ungwe does on this defense, though, because he has so many decisions and choices, because he's got so many. The Browns are a young team now. They have so many young players, even though, yeah, might not be the highest overall, but they are young, meaning you can make them better.
And throughout the season, Ungwe could progress his players. He could already progress them, which means with improvement throughout the season, they could become a better overall easily. And they definitely have the weapons defensively to do it. Their defense is actually pretty stout, especially in the linebacking core.
Oh, yes. We're gotten to that. Jamie Collins Sr., guys, picked up from the Patriots last year and still looking to be one of the better linebackers for the Browns. And
then at middle linebacker, you have Christian Kirksey too.
And you can, like we were talking about, you can move Emmanuel Ogbah to be your second middle linebacker. You can move Myles Garrett. You can move somebody else back there.
Or you could even put Emmanuel Ogbah at right outside linebacker because they have Joe Schobert, who's at 72 overall. So you could put Emmanuel Ogbah at the other outside linebacker. It doesn't matter which one. And then even in the secondary, their corners look pretty decent too with the top two, Jamar Taylor and Jason McCourty.
Yeah.
And then at free safety, as I already see, Ungwe made an adjustment. Joe Hayden to be at free safety, and then obviously another great rookie
Jabril
that will
Peppers.
be very good. Yep, Feckers, what? Jabril Peppers.
Which we see that he does have the man, but he is lacking on the zone coverages right now, which we know can be upgraded, but he is still lacking at that point.
But Jabril Peppers still has that 81 tackle and 87 power move
Do you
with
see
80
this
pursuit.
though? This Jabril Peppers has 90 juke move. That means if he gets an interception, he can juke out offensive players to get a pick six.
And he's got 84 elusive. Yeah, I mean, granted, think about him too. He is pretty good in the return game too. I mean,
89 kick
he's a
return.
three-way player. If he would want to, he could play offensively, defensively, and on the special teams if it were possible. You know.
Yeah. But as always, guys, I'm hoping y'all did enjoy this. The reason it was kind of longer was because it is the start of season 1 for Combo League, where you have come back from the grave to bring y'all this content. We're hoping y'all do enjoy. If you are new, please hit that subscribe button. It means a lot to us to know that y'all support this. Hit that like button saying y'all do support this, of course, every week. Well, every 2 days. We're going back to 48-hour advances. It means every 2 days we will come back with another one.
And if you
And
guys have any ideas for what you want us to touch on in the podcast, send out an idea in the comments. Ask us questions of what you guys think we should talk about. We want to put the show out to have you guys listen to it and to enjoy it. So if you guys want your ideas, to give out your ideas and we possibly touch on it, we'll look into it and see if it will fit into the program.
But as always, guys, I am your host, Avengers. Alongside us is our co-host, Prophet. And we'll see y'all next time.